This video is to help with the skull reference cards that I'm selling on Teacher Pay Teachers. So if you want some, head over to my Teacher Pay Teachers store and get some. The link is probably in the description below. I printed all of my pictures on cardstock and had them laminated, and then I cut them out. First I cut out the white all the way around, and then I cut out on the lines down the middle of each card. I did have to come back and trim some of them a little bit to straighten them, but there they are. And if you print them right, they also have a back side if you want to print that on there as well. And I just did this for all 56 cards, all 14 pages and 56 cards. They stack up pretty nice, and now I'm going to show you how to make the box for them. So first thing I wanted to do is laminate the paper, but I don't want it laminated on both sides, so I'm using this packaging tape to laminate it. And I do this with a lot of different things that I want to kind of reinforce and strengthen. I do it with my sketchbooks when I make a handmade sketchbook, when I do this with students. One of the things, though, to be careful here is there are a couple of little tabs that need to be glued, and so you don't really want packaging tape on them. And I didn't figure this out until I'd already laminated everything. And you'll see a few minutes here in the video after I cut everything out and I'm about to glue it, I will have to cut and carefully remove the tape from the cardstock. You'll see in just a moment. Then cut out all the way around the box. I did not put, and I'm not going to put, any tape on the back side of the paper because well, it doesn't really need it, and I also need to be able to glue to the back of it. And again, you'll see that in a few minutes. But I only laminated one side. I suppose you could laminate both sides, but then you'd have to peel some of the lamination off. Cut all the way around the box. And by the way, this is my trial printout, and it doesn't have any writing on it. The one you get on Teacher Pay Teachers should have some indications of where to glue and some instructions and even like a title on the front of the box and the side of the box. Once you have cut out on the solid line all the way around the box, you're going to fold on the dotted line. And the thing that I like to do to make sure that it folds properly is I like to take a ballpoint pen and a ruler and draw lines where the folds should be. And when I draw the lines, I press down kind of hard with the ballpoint pen so that it will leave an indentation. Now, of course, the dotted lines are on the back side, but I didn't want my blue lines to be on the outside. I wanted them to be on the inside. So I'm going to mark this one. It's the hardest one to do. Make sure it's in the right spot. Put my ruler on it and take my pen and make a indentation with it. I'm going to do this all the way around on all of the dotted lines that are on the front. And then across the top for the flaps and everything. And then I fold everything. Now, I forgot one of the lines. I'm going to do it in just a moment, but go ahead and make sure that you, after you've made all the indentations, make sure you fold it, pre-fold it. It'll make it easier to glue. So I'm just going around and folding everything up and giving it a good crease. Now, this is one of the flaps that I messed up. I put glue on it. So I'm cutting the tape. I'm not cutting the paper. I'm only cutting the tape. And then I'm going to carefully peel it off. I'm not exactly sure how you would laminate this with the packaging tape and not get it on this section, but I'm sure you can kind of figure it out. And you also want to make sure that you don't get it on this bottom flap right here. You have to glue this flap to the back of the other flap. So don't want packaging tape on this little section. It's tearing the paper, but it's only tearing like the skin off the top of the paper, so I think it's okay. Just don't get packaging tape on it and you won't have to worry about it. I'm putting a very liberal amount of glue on these flaps, on these tabs. And then I'm going to roll it around and glue it to itself. And I'm taking extra care to make sure that the edges are lined up right and that the edge is on the line. And this box is a little bit bigger, so it's kind of hard to get pressure in there. So I use this ruler to put in the table to put pressure, make sure it stayed glued, and then give it some time to dry. Hold it up, take your ruler, put it on the inside, press down on that, and then give it some time to dry. Once it's dry, you can put a little bit of tape on the outside. Since I've already covered the whole thing in packaging tape, it's not going to hurt to put a little more packaging tape on the bottom edge. Just checking to make sure my cards all fit in there, and they do. And I am stoked about my new project. Now I have a box full of skull reference cards. You can get them on Teacher Pay Teachers, my store. The link is in the description below. This video should help you do other products that I sell on Teacher Pay Teachers that have boxes that come with them. Some of the boxes are different, but the construction ideas are all about the same. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy your skull reference cards and your handy dandy little box. Be sure and check out some of the other videos on my YouTube channel, and don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe.